There are two popular Heng Blade builds. First is Heng Blade as pure DPS weapon, and Mo Blade as supporting weapon. The second is hybrid build with Mo Blade as main DPS weapon, with Heng Blade as both secondary DPS and support weapon. Actually, there is third build, which Mo Blade is the only DPS weapon, supported by Heng Blade. But this build feels odd to play. It is out of favor in China after recent patch. Pure Heng Blade is simple to play, but its damage is lower than hybrid build. This is due to Heng Blade does not has any attack that do burst damage in short time. The hybrid build used the Mo Blade charge attack as main DPS component, but it involves complex switching of both weapons. The hybrid is more suitable for raid boss as you need the target static for some time, else the charge attacks will miss. In pure Heng Blade build, the best gears are Shattered Ridge set weapons on the left and Agile Steps armor on the right side. Both sets give you bonus when parry, as this is one of the core mechanics in Heng Blade. All gears should be tuned for precision and critical rate, avoid affinity as it is not Bellstrike weapon. For gear set on the left, attunement choose physical penetration as it gives more damage than stone split penetration. The set on the right attunement select light heavy attack varied combo for pure Heng Blade build. Inner way just uses morale chant, frostclad knight, and throat piercing art. The last one you can choose the all-purpose invigorated warrior if you have level 6, as it no longer loses the bonus when get hit. If you don't have level 6, choose 5-fold bleed or bitter seasons. The main damage component of pure Heng Blade build is the heavy varied combo, called Snowbreak Spring. You will get a charge of special attack, which lasts 2 seconds, also with 2 seconds cooldown. This attack is fast and grant you tenacity. It will less likely get interrupted by the boss. To use Snowbreak Spring, you can either press 2 controller buttons, same as execution, or the heavy attack. I prefer to use heavy attack button to avoid mess up with execution. There are 3 ways to trigger Snowbreak Spring, depends on the content you play and your inner ways. The first method is parry enemy attack. The second is use the light charge attack. Third way is using dual weapon skill to switch from Mo Blade to Heng Blade. The first method does not involve inner way, therefore it is the only method you use in sword trials. In this game mode, your weapon-specific inner way bonus is disabled. You can only interact with the most basic Heng Blade mechanic. When you parry an attack, you gain 2 bonus attacks. The first is actually the light varied combo called Stygian Freeze, which works similar to Snowbreak Spring. You gain 1 fast attack, but you have to do it quickly as it does not last long like Snowbreak Spring. To use Stygian Freeze, press light attack button once. What you do in sword trials is very simple. Just parry the boss and see whether the next attack is coming. If it is the last attack, press light attack to use Stygian Freeze, follow with heavy attack to trigger Snowbreak Spring. If there are more attacks coming, you will have to give up Stygian Freeze as it expires quickly. Just focus on Snowbreak Spring. The other attack you can do is light charge attack called Grave Frost. This is triggered by hold the light attack button for a while. Your blade will hit the target quickly 4 times. You can use it to attack the boss when he is staggered, as you don't get Snowbreak Spring when the boss is not attacking you. There is no heavy charge attack in Heng Blade. The martial art and special skill of Heng Blade have good damage, but it has long cooldown up to 20 seconds. Therefore, both of them are mainly used to buff your other attacks. Both of the skill is best to use together, as the special skill Fleeting Trace will put a debuff on the target called Dread. The boss affected by Dread will take more damage from you and it will be briefly staggered. Therefore, you can use the special skill to interrupt the boss attack if used at right time. The Fleeting Trace skill also grants you tenacity, which make this skill safer to use while the boss is attacking. When you use Martial Arts skill General's Bane on the target affected by the Dread debuff from special skill, it will trigger a third martial art attack called General's Bane Stab. This will do high damage and put another debuff called Fearful Blade on the target. This debuff will reduce target's resistance. At the same time, it will add 2 seconds to the Dread debuff, which means by stacking both skills, you apply 2 debuffs to make the target take more damage from you and also make it easier to be staggered. You can combine the martial arts skill, special skill, and then the charge skill Grave Frost to stagger a boss. This work on the early boss in Chinger and Kaifeng like Wolf Maiden. Boss in Herchi and later region has more resistance to stagger effect. There is more complex mechanic in martial arts skill General's Bane. It actually has multiple attacks like Nameless Sword Martial skill. First skill will slide you forward, which can be used to close gap. It also has iframe. You can use it to dodge enemy attack, especially PvP. If your first attack missed the target, it grants you another attack which can move you forward. After that, you can attack the target for third time. If your first attack lands on target, second attack will be skipped and you only can do third attack. If the target hit by special skill before this, your martial art skill button will show different icon on third attack. To maximize the effect of both martial and special skills, you should start with the first martial art attack, then followed by special skill, and then finish it with martial art third attack. You have 5 seconds to finish the third attack. Therefore, if you foresee the boss will attack you first before you can complete the third attack, then don't sandwich the special skill between the two martial art skills. Just do the normal method by use special skill first, then follow with martial art skills. The reason is the special skill can briefly stagger the boss, which give you room to follow up with martial art skill. For supporting weapon Blade, only the special skill will be used in this build, as this skill gives you 8% damage buff. It also adds special effect to some of your attack by summon phantom angsty soldiers to attack the target. In Sword Trial, only the Heng Blade martial skill will trigger angsty soldiers, as the other trigger mechanism require inner way. For the Blade martial art skill, you need to press the button twice to use it. First press will activate the skill and make your character moving. If you press the button again after 3 seconds, it will do a big swing and grant you a shield. As it takes too long to activate the shield, players usually skip it by quickly press the button twice. The Blade martial art is seldom used as it is not the main damage component for this build. It also has no synergy with the Heng Blade attacks. One thing you can do to increase Heng Blade damage in Sword Trial is use the Blade special skill when you see the boss chi bar is low. This will let you do more damage when you stagger the boss. You can use Heng Blade light charge skill Grave Frost repeatedly to attack the boss and stagger, or just use the Blade charge skill repeatedly. Out of Sword Trials, you can use the Inner Way effect. The Frostclad Knight Inner Way let you trigger Snowbreak Spring when you switch from Blade to Heng Blade. It also triggers Snowbreak Spring after you use the Heng Blade charge skill Grave Frost. With level 6 Frostclad Knight, you can trigger Grave Frost without charging. This lets you create a new combo. When you get a Snowbreak Spring effect from parry or switching from Blade, use it first, then follow with uncharged Grave Frost. This will trigger another Snowbreak Spring effect. After you use it, you cannot trigger the charged skill until 6 seconds cooldown. You will see the cooldown icon on your status bar. Another effect of this Inner Way is, when you have the Iron Guard effect from Blade, use Snowbreak Spring will summon 2 angsty soldiers. To maximize your damage in raid, you can put together a routine by adding Mystic skill with the weapon skill. This is the best routine for pure Heng Blade build. It is based on the duration of the Blade buff Iron Guard. It also requires level 6 Frostclad Knight Inner Way. This routine is based on the current patch in global server. I will update this build when there is new patch come to global server. Let me walk you through the detail. Start with Blade. First use Legion Summoner. Use Flute of the Tide skill parry after you hear the music to cancel its animation. Switch to Heng Blade with dual weapon skill. Use Snowbreak Spring followed by Grave Frost and use Snowbreak Spring again. After that, use Heng Blade martial art. First one, then followed by a special skill, then use martial art. Third attack. After that, use normal charge skill, Grave Frost followed by Snowbreak Spring, and then repeat these 2 skills again to make it 4 skills in total. The reason we are doing this is we are waiting for the Blade Legion Summoner to finish its cooldown. After that, you can switch to Blade with dual weapon skill, then finish it with Soaring Spin. You can repeat the same routine with Legion Summoner at this point. If you don't have Vitality to use Flute of the Tides, just skip it. Another way to play Heng Blade is the hybrid build, which is more complex as you have to switch back and forth several times between 2 weapons for maximum damage. Its main damage comes from the Blade charge skill, Burning Heart. This skill requires a resource from Heng Blade called Blade Momentum, which you can find it on the weapon status section. To maximize the damage of Burning Heart, replace the Inner Way Invigorated Warrior with Steadfast Devotion. This Inner Way will add the 3rd stage to the skill, and also summon 2 angsty soldiers during charging instead of 1 soldier. You also need to use Heng Blade's special skill Fleeting Trace, as this will add a buff Inner Passion which make charging Blade no longer consume resource. Inner Passion also make charging Blade 50% faster. This makes hybrid build complex to play, as you need to switch to Heng Blade to get the buff, and then switch back to Blade for DPS. There is some micromanaging skill you need to know to maximize the damage. First is the duration of Inner Passion is short. You can get maximum 3 charge attacks in this patch. In future patch, you can charge it 4 times. Therefore, when you switch from Heng Blade to Mo Blade, immediately charge it. When you see the first Anxi soldier hit the target, release your charge will get you the 3rd charge stat. This helps reduce the time you spend in charging Mo Blade. For the gears, you can use the same set and tuning as pure Heng Blade. The only difference is on the right-hand side, the 4 armor pieces attunement should change to Phalanx Bane Blade Charge Skill Damage Boost. Second thing is when you are charging the Mo Blade, move away from the target will increase the damage from Flute of the Tides, as further the target higher the damage. You can do this with Mo Blade only, as the 3rd charge can leap forward quite far distance to hit the target. This is the best routine for a hybrid build. Let me walk you through the detail. You do everything same as in Heng Blade build. Use Legion Summoner followed by Flute of the Tides. Parry after heard the first music. Dual weapon skill switch to Heng Blade. The difference starts here. You use Snowbreak Spring only, but don't use the charge skill Grave Frost. The reason is we want to use the Heng Blade special skill as early as possible. After Snowbreak Spring, just use martial arts skill first attack, followed by special skill, and use martial arts skill 3rd attack. After this, switch back to Mo Blade and immediately charge it while move away from target. Release the charge when first Anxi soldier hit the target. Repeat it again 2 more times. After that, use dual weapon skill, switch back to Heng Blade. This time you will do the normal Snowbreak Spring, followed by Heng Blade charge skill, Grave Frost, and then use Snowbreak Spring again. End the combo with Soaring Spin. You can repeat the 2nd cycle from this point. Other than complex to play and need micromanagement, you also need to deal with the issue when the boss move away after you switch to Mo Blade. You will lose all damage when this happens. Understanding boss mechanic is essential. Players only use this build if they fight raid boss regularly, or they get boring with the pure Heng Blade build. That's all I want to share with you today. Hope you have fun with the weapon. Thanks for watching.